So I know it's late. I know that I'm tired, but I'm still going to journal today. And you might be wondering why I didn't stream. And it was just because I put it in the Discord chat, so I said I'm not gonna stream today. But I don't know. I was just kind of exhausted from like having to stream all the time. So I don't know. Obviously I do want to stream every day, but like yesterday today was just one of those days where I was like, I just want to be in my own element and not have to talk and just look at the charts. And I don't know, I feel like it kind of helped me. Like I hit a 2 to 1, and we'll go over the trade in just a second. But yeah, I think it kind of helped me be in my element since I was just sitting there and focused and looking at the charts, and I didn't have to like talk. I just sat there. So I don't know. But with all that in mind, we're gonna take a look at what happened today. And yeah, I know I'm tired. I know I don't really want to, but I'm still gonna do it. And yeah, it's crazy because once again, it's like the fourth time this week I predicted what was gonna happen. Right, the fourth time. So in just this week, it's crazy. So I predicted the Sunday dump. I predicted this move higher, this move lower, and then this move higher. I predicted all four of those moves, which is like absolutely absurd. I mean, you can go look at the chat here, but like my analysis this week has been like on point. So you can see first here, the first thing I said was, um, where was it? Must be in high time frame analysis. I said I see us going and running all this liquidity here. This is a giant range. We're probably going to dump. And then look at that. Boom, we dumped. Like literally right on open. And so that was the first one. Second one I predicted was I said, let me go over the weekly profile. I said, I see us expanding up into this void here. Now that we left this void and we have reacted off this order block, I see us expanding up into this. It was also a regular trading hours gap, so that was the draw on liquidity. And then guess what happened, right? We end up going and filling that. So at this point, we left a 4 hour for value gap. I was like, okay, like we're coming up into this high confluence area for us to go lower. I think we're gonna have to come retest this if we're gonna go higher, and then that's exactly what happened. We did go retest it, and I said, okay, well we got a really nice wick into this fair value gap, aggressive wick into the fair value gap, and the candle bodies are respecting it. I think we're gonna expand up to take out this high, right? And then you can see that's exactly what happened so far today. So yeah, crazy. But it just goes to show if you know what you're doing, it's powerful, right? So, yeah, with all that in mind, I guess let's just review what happened today. First, we'll go over the trade I took. So, I'll journal it. So, what happened was first, remember, I was already bullish on the higher time frame, right? I said candle bodies were respecting this 4 hour for value gap. So, I saw us expanding up higher towards this high, right? From this is a IRL to ERL play, right? Internal range liquidity, which is internal range liquidity is just a fair value gap, and then ERL, which is just a high, right? A high or a low. So boom, from this to here, and then you can see here we had a 1 hour order block. I was watching this very closely, and I was just looking for something light bulb. And then on the lower time frame, we end up coming down and perfectly tapping the 1 hour order block. And that all of a sudden, light bulbs go off, right? And then very, very aggressively, we expand off of it. And we close with like an amazing momentum candle, and it closes above these old up close candles. So light bulbs all over my head go off, right? Look at how much momentum we get coming off of this level here, and we close above this breaker with such good momentum. So this was the trade. I just entered right on this close above the old breaker here. So this was the old up close candle, and then simply I knew that we were probably gonna go run all this liquidity, and I wanted to go target that. I wanted to leave runners, but in general, I just targeted here this high, and I trailed my stop, and it was essentially 2-1, and it hit right away. My stop was a little bit higher, probably like right here. Actually, I don't know where my stop was. Either way, it was around 2-1, and yeah, it was really, really nice. And you'll note as well that we had, if I pull up session stat map, we went right to the session manipulation level, the statistical manipulation level. So I was like, dang, like that is a huge green flag, right? To see that, us perfectly tap into that session manipulation level. So I knew with a high degree of conviction we were probably going to go to the session distribution level, but I just took 2-1 and was very, very happy with a good trade. So session M plus, and yeah, this was sweet. I was really happy about this. Once again, within this higher time frame, IRL to ERL play, we get this reaction off the order block and then close above a breaker. So it was within this higher time frame model, right? So yeah, pretty cool. So I will journal that. I think this was A plus, maybe even A plus plus. I mean, at the very least, you can go break even at this high here or this high. There's so many break even opportunities, so it's really not that much of a risky trade. And I did go to break even right away, and I knew that it would be a pretty quick break even. And you can see like right here, instantaneously, I moved break even, and the rest was history. And we went up and we ran all this high. So A plus trade. In the moment, I probably rated A, but honestly, I think this was A plus. So there's session manipulation level, and you can see we expand up to the session distribution level. So anyway, let's record this in the journal, and then we'll look at other trades you could have taken. So what is this? Tuesday. February 4th, 2025. And let's see. Yeah, trade 98. This was a win. This was like 1.8 to 1. And close above a breaker. Hey, what up? How's it going, marketing? I was just showing um, the trade that I took, and I think this was awesome. Like, so many light bulbs went off in my head. We went right to the 1 hour order block, and you can see we reacted perfectly off of it with super, super good momentum. We had a ton of liquidity up here, and so I knew that this would be like a really quick break even trade at the very least. It was relatively obviously every trade has risk, but I knew this trade was gonna be like such a quick break even, hopefully. And we had just such good momentum off of this hourly order block, and it was in line with this higher time frame idea that I had, this 4 hour for value gap to the external high. And so I entered right on this close above this old up close candle. That's a breaker, and the rest is history. Very, very happy with this. We also went to the session manipulation level, so yeah. Um, and I did want to hold up to this LRLR here. Like I really did. I like it would have been. I knew we were gonna go here, right? I knew we were gonna go here, but you just gotta take your money and get out. I was content with the 2 to 1. Obviously, I knew we were probably gonna go from this fair value gap. This is a 4 hour fair value gap, back up to this external high. I knew that was probably gonna happen, but you kind of just have to like you have to take your wins and you have to take your money. So 2 to 1, very happy with that. But once again, like look at the session statistical mapping into like levels here. We went right to the statistical manipulation level, like perfectly. Isn't that insane? And then the external high aligned with the session distribution level. So just like small stuff like that, I knew we were gonna go run all this because of that, right? So yeah, I'm just recording that now. This now. Yeah, we're delivering from an hourly OB. So screenshotting this. Here we go. So is it morning for you? For me, it's evening. That's crazy. Boom. TGR took this? Interesting. Very interesting. It's not even that's not really a TGR style trade. But and saw video. Oh my gosh. So maybe he did take it. TGR's been trading like not his typical style, which is so weird. But you know what? Whatever was working for him, I guess. That's cool. But yeah, this I like that. Um, I thought this was A plus plus. I definitely I knew I could have held to the session distribution level. I mean, that would have been a 6 to 1. Imagine that. I knew I could have. I knew I could have. I almost left a runner on one account, but I don't know. I was so content with the 2 to 1. I was so happy with it. I was like, yeah, whatever. But in the future, I'll probably just leave like one account to go to the session distribution level, just because Like I know we're going to this LRLR and probably the external high. So anyway, yeah, in the future maybe just leave one account to go run and trail my stop. Why not? But yeah, I did think we were gonna keep going. And yeah, I think that's pretty cool. We should look at other trades you could have taken, and just more look at more stuff about the day, right? Like what else all happened. Now we do have equal lows here, and I think we have an SMT up here, so that's something to keep in mind for maybe tomorrow. We'll see. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Let's look at other trades you could have taken, right? So, I mean, this was the trade of the day in my book, 100%. Like, I don't really know. Maybe you could classify this as like a inverse for value gap as well because we do inverse this 3 minute for value gap, right? But yeah, do you see any other trades? I mean, I didn't take anything in here. My issue with this was it was just not light bulb at all. Like nothing in here was light bulb. We had liquidity below, we had liquidity above. I was just like, yeah, I don't want to mess with it. But then I knew that we were within a higher time frame, possibly within a higher time frame model, and so I was very closely watching this hourly order block to see how we would respond to it. And the second that we got this very very aggressive momentum candle off of it, I was like, okay, that's light bulb right there. And then I entered, and um, yeah, I don't know what else. What else could you have taken? I mean, I don't really know. I think this is like the trade of the day. I don't think anything in here is worth taking. I think this is all just chop. This is chop fest. I don't see anything in here. But then right when we got this momentum candle, dude, I was like, yeah, that's it right there. Um, yeah, I don't see a ton else. Maybe if you were on the charts around this time, 350. Uh, nah, see, I'm just trying to make stuff up. I guess maybe you could consider this like a BPR. Maybe if you like BPR trades, but like I don't know. That's just not my style. I probably would never take that. So, but we do hold this BPR, and it was a good V-shaped recovery with equal highs. So theoretically, like yeah, it's just cool to note. Like yeah, this BPR up to these equal highs was pretty high probability. But once again, like I wouldn't take something like that just because I don't know. BPRs are kind of can be a pain in the butt sometimes if you don't have the bias right. It just depends. Okay, so let's look at other things about the day, just in general, right? And let's just learn from every little detail. So one thing I was looking at is we had a Reaper for value gap, and I was thinking maybe we were gonna utilize that. It looks like we did, kinda, right? So we have a series of up close candles. No, we didn't. Okay, no, we didn't. I was thinking we might utilize this, um, but we never actually came all the way down there. You missed a lot of good winning trades. My internet was off today. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, bro. That's actually so annoying. That's actually so annoying. Yeah, that actually sucks. I'm sorry. And then another thing about this is, yeah, we had I don't know, cause like obviously it was before news, but like it was on market open too, which is just like also light bulb. Like market open will just do crazy stuff to price action. it will accelerate it towards the drawn liquidity. So the market open, the fact this was market open was like almost like an additional confluence. Um, I don't, to be honest, I'm really trying to find other trades right now, but I'm not seeing anything. I wouldn't touch anything in here. Nothing. Like, this is garbage. This is garbage light bulb, right? Like, all this was garbage. I don't, maybe if you're like a low time frame trader, maybe you could get something, but like, nah, that's not for me. That's just not light bulb for me. I wasn't interested. But yeah, I mean, maybe there are other ways you could have entered this. Like, if you didn't get this close above this breaker, maybe you entered on the close above this one, right? There's multiple opportunities as like there's always multiple opportunities. So maybe you entered on the close above this one, stopped to break even here, and same thing, right? That was another opportunity. You know what? FEG is a kind of liquidity sweep in low time frame. Yeah, no, it is. Oh, that was the other thing about this. We had a low time frame for value gap, this 5 minute for value gap, and this was the only for value gap in this entire price leg, and it was overlapped with this order block. So not only was it an order block, but it was also a 5 minute for value gap. That was a nice additional confluence. I did realize that in the moment. Yeah. Man, this is just so light bulb. Here, let's save this. Save. New folder. 2/4/25. Tuesday. And this was 9. This is a 9:33 breaker, and it was on the 3 minute. Okay. So good, dude. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah. I mean, maybe you could have taken like a trade in here, but I don't know. Kind of late to the party. Like, this is where I wanted to enter, and that's exactly where I got in. I mean, it's always worthwhile to look and see maybe there was other entries, right? I'm trying to give it the benefit of the doubt. I don't see anything in here. I don't see anything. Like, no inversions. We just went straight up. I'm really trying to find anything else. I don't think there was anything else in here. If there was, it's just gonna be lower probability. And then maybe, okay, maybe you could take this, but like it does have a light bulb inversion signature or whatever, but I probably would not have taken it because like we didn't really sweep out these lows. So yeah, just I'm very picky. This one was actually okay because we had swept out this low and this low, but it is within a consolidation, and that's a reason that I would not take this one, right? I mean, it's just like also we just expanded all this way. We're probably not gonna do anything else really. So I think that about covers it for the day. I don't really think there was much else. Oh, let's review price action in general. So let's just look at everything in detail, right? So let's look at London. Did London push into any key level? This wasn't garbage. What was the trade in here? I wanna. This seems like a consolidation to me. especially after we expanded so far. But if I mean, there might have been something. I don't know. Basically, after big falls, it take V-shaped recovery. Mm. Just tell me the timestamp of a trade, and I'll go look at it. But um, for me, since we already expanded up to the draw on liquidity, which in my opinion was just this high here, I was basically like, okay, I'm gonna be done. Whoops. And then I did say that this new day opening gap being filled was gonna be a drawn liquidity as well. And look at how perfectly we end up filling this new day opening gap. So this is kind of what I was looking at. I said we're probably gonna go fill this, and yeah, look at how perfectly we end up filling this. Um, it's crazy. It just goes to show it's just not random. It's not. Oh my gosh, get out of the way. um, wow, look at this. I noticed the best. So these are called. I don't know if you've heard of these, but these are called event horizons. It's the midpoint between like when you have two new week opening gaps. It's the midpoint between them. It works the best when it's super wide. Like from here to here, when this is super wide, they work the best. That's fire. Okay, I'm just taking note of that mentally. That's pretty cool. Yeah, New Day opening gap got filled. That was a drawn liquidity. But yeah, I knew they were probably gonna expand because look at how aggressively we wick into the fair value gap, and we wick into it like two different times, and then the bodies are respecting it. And I mean IRL to ERL, right? Within a higher time frame model. So six. Okay, six, six, six. That was all the way over here. Oh, you're talking. This is what you're talking about. This over here. This wasn't garbage. Six. Okay. What was it? Okay, six. I'm at six. Where's the trade? This? You take this inversion? Uh, or would you take this? I mean, yeah. Oh, really? Dude, it's fire if you know what's going on. It's fire. Like they work the best though. They work the best when it's super wide. Like when there's a wide gap between them. For instance, between this one and this one is just such a big gap. That's when they'll work the best. And you can see this clearly works really well here. Here and here. So just keep that in mind. Like for these tiny ones, it's like just kind of ignore that. But when it's just like a wide gap, it's like okay, these ones work pretty well. But yeah, dude, I like them. Um, mm, I don't even know what else. Whoa, you wanted me to look at the 6 o'clock. I think you're talking about an inversion to the upside. See, this is just too much of a consolidation for me personally. I would not take a trade in this. But I think you're talking about this, and yeah, it did end up working out, so that's cool. But I don't really see the trade unless it was this, and I don't know. I probably wouldn't take that. So anyway, I think that about covers. Like, what else is there like to even review? That was like the main trade of the day, in my opinion. I mean, I think Jan posted something in the Discord. We should look at what trade he took. He did take a trade, I'm pretty sure. Oh my gosh. We started talking about Duolingo. Okay. Jan posted this. When was this? And so we posted that. So there's that, and then there was. Where did they take a trade earlier? That was yesterday. I don't know what he took in here. But we'll look at that inversion if that was a thing. Today you look sad for closed trade. What? Wait, what do you mean? Today you look sad for closed trade. I mean, you can trail stop loss. I did trail my stop. I had my chop still. So I took two off here. I had two for the session. I had two for the LRLR here. And then I trailed my stop and I got stopped out here. So I got stopped out at 2-1. But I had one partial here and I had another partial set to here, and I trailed my stop. I got stopped out the rest here. But yeah, I did know we were gonna go run up to that. Where is the trade that he said was light bulb? What is he even looking at? What is this? 2 p.m. power of 3. I don't even see this anywhere. 12:06, 2 p.m. Oh, on the low time frame. Oh yeah, this isn't bad. Um, delivering. Yeah, this is not bad. It's not my style, but you definitely could take it. We're delivering from a fair value gap. We'll add it to the notes. So FVG, so delivering from a fair value gap. I'm gonna also mark out this is like delivering from order block or breaker block or whatever you want to call it, right? So I'll probably call this a breaker. So breaker and then a fair value gap, and then we get a 1 minute IPG. I mean, you get such a good accumulation range here. So yeah, you can just take this like this. Whoops. Yeah, this is pretty fire. Just really quick conversion, and there's just so much liquidity above. So definitely a good light bulb setup, and probably put stop like right there or something like that. Man, and that's good RR. That's really good RR. And you could even target. I'd probably target like in the middle of this consolidation or something, and then boom. That's crazy. That's actually so fire. Light bulb. Okay, we'll add this to the notes. Bro, can we explain breakaway gap? Yeah. I can explain breakaway gap. I have a video on breakaway gaps. I mean, it's exactly what it sounds like, though. It's literally just a gap that forms when you aggressively move away. That's it. What is this? 14. This is 2:02 p.m. Okay. I I could probably explain it better though. Hang on. So this is 14-02 IFEG. What was the time frame? 1 minute? Yeah, it was a 1 minute. So yeah, breakaway gap is like, this would be a breakaway gap, right? Where you have, well, I don't know. I explain it better in my other video. I might have to watch my own video to remember, but like how it's specifically defined. But I don't know. I would just consider it like a gap that forms when you're aggressively moving away. Like, but I don't know if that's not like specific enough. Like I would consider this a breakaway gap, right? This one right here. So we get a fair value gap, and then with the candle body closes so much higher, like we broke away from this old fair value gap with momentum. So I just classify it as yeah, I don't know. Watch my video on breakaway gaps. Is probably explain it a little better. But like I don't know. It's not like rocket science. It's just exactly what it sounds like. Breakaway gap. Like when maybe I'm oversimplifying it. Maybe there's a technical definition, but I just kind of see it as like a gap that forms when you aggressively move away from something. But yeah, I don't know. That's probably oversimplifying it. I should probably watch my own video. Yeah. I think, man, yeah, I'm thinking that it's basically all for today. But yeah, just I was just chilling watching price action, and then all of a sudden, like I saw this, I was like, okay, enter, let's go. See, this is like, yeah, you want light bulbs to go off. You don't want it to look like this. Like I was just like I wasn't interested in this personally. But I guess if you want, if some, I don't know, maybe you could find a trade in here, but it's just not for me. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I think that about covers it. Obviously, I guess I should cover daily profile, but I don't know. It's basically daily profile is just basically like uh, it. Let's see. I don't know. Sometimes you just don't overcomplicate things. Like it's not even a specific daily profile. It's just we pushed into the 4 hour for value gap, and we had started to reverse. I don't know. I think it's relatively simple. I don't know if it's worth overcomplicating. Daily profile. I don't know. Like it's it's not an obvious London reversal, New York continuation, but that's essentially what it is, right? Once you become more profitable, you can see Forex, EU, GU. Yeah, I could do that down the road. I like NQ. I think it's the most fun to trade, but I mean I haven't tried EU or GU or anything like that, so I don't know. But I could do that. Um all right, let's just record it. Daily profile. Recap Tuesday. Forex is easy. I'm gonna have to learn a whole new asset class. I mean, I guess it's all the same. Like smart money concepts work on everything, but yeah. I like this was okay. This is kind of a lazy answer to the daily profile, but I don't know. It's better than not writing it down, right? TF, and I'm gonna say like thanks for the liquidity wick, and yeah, we inverse this for value gap, right? That was another good sign, and then we backtest this order block. So one, we inverse this hourly fair value gap. Two, we backtest this order block. And then yeah, we expand from IRL to ERL. Alright, I'm just going to screenshot this, and that's going to be my daily profile analysis. Okay. I'll be right back. Alright, I think that about covers it. I'm actually probably going to end the stream. Because, I mean, yeah. It's just like very simple, higher time frame. Not necessarily simple, but like it's a higher time frame day, I would say, because just understanding we had the 4 hour for value gap. Within that, you had this hourly order block, and then boom. So, all right, I'm gonna end the stream. Have a good night, marketing or